Welcome back to another episode of the Dot Line Podcast. I'm your host, DJ Scotty Tudati, and today we're gonna do some more Ray's reaction. But first, please like, share, and subscribe this channel and this video. Continue to grow the channel, continue to like and comment. Shout out Senior. Shout out Pops, man. Every video I drop for the most part, he comment, he interacts. So follow footsteps of Senior and make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to these to this channel and interact with these videos, man. We trying to grow the channel. We trying to continue to gain traction so that we can continue to grow and develop the channel, man, so this can reach people who need to, hear the message and the real meaning around this channel. But today we gonna try to produce some laughter, try to produce some colorful commentary on some funny ass, weird ass situations that we find ourselves in, along with bringing some seriousness, some wisdom to some of these videos that we are about to watch together and react to in real time. So without further ado, man, let's get right into it. Also, quick update on my first set at Brothers Bar and Grill in South Bend. Again, shout out Brothers Bar and Grill. Shout out all the staff. Shout out my boy Josh. That's the manager at Brothers, man. Shout out Josh. Thank you, bro, for the opportunity and like the look, But a quick update on like my first set though. Shit was lit, definitely lit. I definitely love their PA system and stuff of that nature. How I had full control of like the whole sound system, and that's very new to me to have that type of energy being produced by me. As far as is, all my transitions were hidden at a different level. When like you got multiple speakers, that you can you know produced the gift through. So I was grateful for that opportunity. The bar manager that been there for 13 years, she said, you are fantastic. I've been there for 13 years, so I have like the ear and stuff of that nature, so um I'm thankful for the feedback. I'm thankful to get any feedback. My wife was there. She said, the crowd was vibing. I started my set like 30 minutes earlier because I got there early and stuff like that. And yeah, it was definitely lit. It was definitely something that I cannot wait to endure again and be a part of. Every other Thursday, y'all can catch me at Brothers Bar and Grill here in South Bend. And yeah, man, just come out and support me if y'all can. I know that's a school night, but that's the night that the gift is being presented. So next time I'll be there October 10th. And yeah, hopefully I can see y'all there, man. And if not, that's fine. Make sure y'all like, share, and tell somebody who's living in the South Bend area to come in to check me out, or try to you know, comment on their Yelp or their Google review page. And I'm gonna eventually start going live on my DJ Scotty Tudati Facebook page as well. I was kind of just in like the flow, in like the groove, in the moment. I didn't really capture too many pictures and videos like that. That's something. That's a fun fact about me. I'm definitely a in the moment as guy. Like I don't really um take too many pictures with when I'm in like that groove, but hopefully moving forward I can do a better job of documenting that so that you guys can see that and I can post to my Facebook and on my TikTok and stuff of that nature. But enough of that. While you guys are here to laugh and to get some wisdom and stuff of that nature. So let's get right into these videos to preview. Again, like, share, and subscribe, man. Let's get it. Oh, let me share my screen. I should probably do that first before I do anything. Yep, start broadcast. All right, we are live. Hope you guys can see that. All right, first video.
With our crash out of the day, we have this Brooklyn man who refuses to get his truck towed. He decides he's going to take matters into his own hands. It's New York, so you know it's mad angles. Everybody got their phone out because bruh's crashing out. He wilding. He said, nah, repo man. And that's why if you a repo man, you got to be able to fight because this is liable to happen at evered moment. Now he deboed you for your truck, about to take his own truck, and I guess tow it to safety. At least that's how he played it out in his head. That's not what's gonna happen, because my boy can't drive the tow truck for nothing. There's destruction of one vehicle. Buddy, you are going to prison most likely after this, because he's not done. He hits every vehicle in the lineup. And then to make matters worse, watch this. He hit the right. Son lose his own truck. That defeated the whole entire purpose of his mission. And I know he just keep on driving for a minute because he's like, oh shit, now I'm in a stolen vehicle. I just lost my truck. And this is all on camera and other people's cameras. Oh yeah, I'm cooked. At this point in time, you made a felonious decision. You said, I got this. You ain't have it though. But let me tell you, for crash out of the day, I appreciate you. I know the judge, court system, not gonna treat you well, but here for crash out of the day, you win the award. Good shit, my brother. They don't make them like you no more. And the fact that you lost your own whip, wow, impeccable. With our
Yeah, he fucked over, gang. For real, for real. He fucked over worse than Mr. Sean Combs, man. Like it's just like moments like that, man, you just gotta take that L, man. I mean, shit, like for whatever reason that you fell behind, parked in the wrong spot, whatever the case may be, man, like cause you gotta also like respect motherfuckers' job. You don't have to, but in the sense of the action, you have to respect what the dude's doing, man. But to just be like, nah, fuck that to the point to where you hopping in the car type shit, yeah, yeah, see, and you see what happens, man, and like, so not only, your insurance not gonna cover that shit. Now you got a Grand Theft Auto charge. You got all the vehicles that you hit, you finna get fined for destruction of property and charged with destruction of property. So yeah, you're fucked, bro. Like from your insurance going up like a motherfucker, you just total your car that you gonna have to pay out of pocket for. You got a Grand Theft Auto charge, bro. All because of what? Now instead of just paying your car note and paying to get your car out, now you got a whole host of shit that you gotta pay for, bro. They probably gonna fuck up your L's too. Yeah, you're fucked, gang. Like, don't, yeah, guys. If you can, if you can afford to pay your car note to the point to where this don't happen, please do it. I understand how difficult it is, but shit like this, man, hey, you're cooked. You're cooked. Period. Like you cooked, So, all right. Moving on to the next video.
What you want for a feature? I want 50K. Okay, cool. You pay him the 50K. Great. Eddy part. What you want for a feature? I want 50K. Okay, cool. You pay him the 50K. Great. All right, so you get the song mixed, mastered, all of that. Right. It's time to put it on iTunes or put it on all platforms to make money. The label hitting you saying, oh no, you paid him.
What about our money?
What about our money? Because we own the likeliness to him. Ooh. So you paid him 50K to do it, but to actually make money off the song, you have to go through us. And he charged you 50,000, but we want 200,000. Oh, so now okay, scratch that. You don't even want to give them the 200. Even if you have it, you're like, I'm not giving y'all 200,000.
Right. Then you got to put it on SoundCloud or some weird shit like that.
You got to put the song on SoundCloud, you down 50 bands. You thought that, all right, I'm going to pay him 50 bands and make all the money back because I'm going to put it on iTunes.
Right. Make 250. Yeah, make 250.
That shit
but you
don't
got to
work
give them
like
200.
that, bro. They don't even, because a nigga that signed, they label still need to clear it.
Wow.
And niggas won't even tell you that.
That's an unthorough
shit. A nigga take your money, 50K, and then when you try and put it on all platforms, he ain't even answering the phone. And then don't let you just still try to put it up there. It's gonna be a cease and desist on it. Quick. Wow. You feel? And that's the part that people don't even really know though. Like that's the part that's corny. Bro.
That's nutty as shit.
Here's the thing about that, bro. you have to, if a motherfucker has a handler, if a motherfucker is signed to whatever label, a Def Jam, wherever, you have to go through the proper channels before you give out money. So whoever is just saying, like, if motherfucking MC John Doe, you feel me, wants 50K up front and he's an independent artist, that's different. But if you know this motherfucker signed, like asking the proper questions, like, hey bro, you got an agent? Are you signed to anybody? Before we even record this song, before any money is exchanged, do your homework. Any artist that you want to collab with, do your homework, guys. Don't just walk in, hey, yeah, bro, let's, and then, hey, because now next time you see this motherfucker, you gonna come across his mustache. Because no matter how motherfuckers try to frame it, they just hustled you. They just really hustled you because, like, you cannot drop the song now. So what if, like, you did a whole motherfucking mixtape? Like, what if, like, y'all was really locked in and vibe, and y'all did a whole mixtape, y'all did a whole album, record about 10, 12 songs in like a let's just say like in a few days, and like you gave them 50K or 100K, whatever the case may be. I'm telling you, the next time you see a motherfucker, you finna you feel me? Like, and now that's some TMZ shit now. You feel me? So do your homework before you feel me, give out any dollars to like anybody. Cause yeah, motherfuckers would definitely walk off with your shit, and now you gotta, you feel me, do what you gotta do. So definitely be mindful of that. Any artist that's trying to be artists in my Suge Knight voice. All right, move on to the next video.
I've been shot 17 times. I got set up by a girl, and I'm thinking I'm going to her crib to hit. At that time, I used to drink, so I'm drunk off the Hennessy. I actually had a bottle of Hennessy in this hand. I had my scrap right here on this hip. When I told the girl I was there outside, she was like, the door unlocked. She just gave me an apartment number and said the door unlocked. When I walked in, it was pitch black dark in that bitch. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? And as soon as I said what the fuck, somebody grabbed me from the back. The person was taller than me, so when they grabbed me, they grabbing me up here. This was still movable, so the first thing I did was grab my scrap off my hip. And as I'm doing it, it was like all up in one motion. Nigga, I seen the nigga coming out the hallway like floating. He wasn't walking, he was floating. The nigga looked like the Grim Reaper. And he came floating down that hallway and I dropped his ass. Bam, bam. And when he dropped, the guy that was holding me from the back, he pushed me. Like, he let me go and push me. And when he pushed me, I didn't even see nobody over here. But it was somebody over there, because I felt the bullet hit this leg first. I'm just feeling the shot. I'm not knowing what's going on. My gun is no longer in my hand. The last thing I remember seeing was, all right, I'm dead. I got like 7 times in one leg, 6 times in one leg, the back, the scalp, the face. And you know what's crazy? No bullet hit a man artery. I've been shot 7.
But God, this is a testimony slash a cautionary tale. From where I'm from, this is a Tuesday. At one point, this was, and still is, it's just very common, and like the fact that like motherfuckers be on some backdoor shit, like, and we don't know like the whole context as far as if he was beefing with a motherfucker, if I don't know who dude is, so I don't know if he's a rapper or a street nigga, but the case may be, but we don't know like the whole backstory on like why a motherfucker would try to set him up like that, but motherfuckers in these days don't really need no motherfucking like true motive. They just doing it because like they can, because they see a opportunity to make a marginal come up. They're gonna do that. They're gonna just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna set them up, and like ain't nothing more beautiful in life when like other than growing. In my opinion, when like you can look over your life and be like, man, you feel me? Like, because along with repetition, life is also if repetition is a father of learning, life experience probably the mother, because of the fact that, getting hit up 17 times, that's a life experience that, your grandkids are gonna feel. Like seriously, like that's something that has decoded the DNA as far as just like the psyche of like your being, because like you just move, like your whole being move differently. Like you don't trust really nothing. Like you look at everything totally different because people get shot one time and pass, you know, and the fact that he said nothing hit a main artery but God. That's it. That's all. That's nothing but God. He still has a purpose, even though he had the experience of a very high level of life experience. Um, his purpose is still needed here. So I pray over that guy, and hopefully he's doing better um than that situation now. So let's move on to the next video. I want to say we're right here with it.
What do you think I need to hear most from you, and why?
I think you need to hear that you are worthy, that you are loving, that you are deserving, that you are human, that you are trying, that you are a man, whatever that may be for you, that you are healing, you are growing, you are not your past, you are not your parents, you are not what society puts on you, you are not a stereotype. You can love. Your journey is purposeful. I think you need to hear those things because even though we're not together, I know I assume your spaces are not as safe as what we were allowed to create in our relationship. So I think you needed those words of affirmation. You needed a reminder.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's dope. That's dope. Anytime you can, get words of encouragement from a former partner or just anybody is always hurting, but especially if somebody you used to be romantically involved with. But everything she was saying, like a lot of men in general, but especially men who look like me, we don't hear that often, because, like I mentioned numerous times on like this podcast, life is life and for everybody, but it's just when, as a culture, as a society, as a nation, when it's been long suffering, it is hit differently when like it's this transmogrify era by era. It's the same concept, but the steps and the theories and the theology and the methods are just different. But it's the same concrete formula as far as this endure long suffering to certain cultures, to certain this and thirds. And like, you wake up not knowing who you are at times. You wake up not knowing, and I'm speaking to myself here, you wake up not knowing how to be blessed, and not saying that um that's something that is normal, because I don't feel like it is, but sometimes you don't know how being not necessarily being blessed feel, but how to manage it. Like, like managing being blessed, like that's something that is extremely difficult to like do, because it's just, the fact being, so much have transpired in like one's life that maybe you just is it so difficult, because you may come from an environment where like you have to be the strongest. You may come from the environment where like you cannot be vulnerable. Like, and in a society where we're all vulnerable, if you really think about it, because anything can happen to anybody at any time. That's something that is very misinformed and misinterpreted. But you just don't really see like certain circles is having that type of discernment for each other. Like if you carrying a family, if you're working every day and is marginal, movements or this, that, and the third, like you feel disappointed. You feel like, damn, should I, I'm in debt, but should I go and buy me my favorite meal? Should I go and get me a t-shirt that I really need? Should I take this day off even though I've been working 2-3 weeks straight with no breaks or only a weekend to recover, and you need those words to keep going. No matter how much drive you have, you still need gas. I don't care who you are. You still need people to be in your village and be active, not just mannequins, not just props. You just need people in your village that can really help you get your headspace clear and stress free. So shout out to that couple and shout out to words of encouragement. So moving on.
Point Nemo, and that means that there is no human being within 2,000 miles from you, any direction you go. You know how scary that is? That sounds like my worst nightmare. That sounds like my hell. Just nothing but open water. Closest people to you, the International Space Station, going across in space, 400 miles from you. If you take all the surrounding area, 22 million kilometers. I just know miles-wise, I don't know, it's something like 20 to 19 million, AKA a lot, no humanity. No one to talk to. Talk about lonely. Fuck no. They talking about the oceanic pole of inaccessibility. I call it no thanks. Closest landmass around, as you can see, there's no humans here either. That's just land that you could possibly get on and then hope for savior. Here's another landmass. Again, nobody around, not inhabited. This is just land you could possibly get to. The next closest landmass, yeah, you see it. Fucking snow. AKA, this is a place you'd never want to be, but for whatever reason, people that love exploring, they love to find Point Nemo. Oh my God. Scariest place on earth. Absolute vociferous work right there. Look at that. If you just happen to be there, son, it is over. I wonder if aliens pass by and like, you know what? That's a lot of water. Like, what if they just saw this part? I'm like, shit, ain't nothing there. And there's people all around the world currently sailing right now to get to this point just to say, oh yeah, we passed through Point Nemo, the most uninhabited place on this planet. Man. What it's like to be an explorer, I'll never know.
Nah, hey, that's crazy, That's crazy. Like I love a fun fact, but the fact that there's people in pursuit to get to that point is crazy because again, like you said, if anything happened, you're cooked. Like you're literally in the middle of you're in the heart of all the ocean, like literally, like that's crazy. The closest motherfuckers to you is in space. Damn, man, you're like that's the point to where like if you all the way out there, bro, like what's the business of being out there? That's literally the point to where God said, "I'm gonna create enough distance between sea life and human life and mammals who walk on land." Like I'm gonna create at this point just for sea life, but us being curious beings, we just want to. Oh, I wonder what's out here. Nothing, gang. Like that's not for you to go out there. So, yeah, nah, that shit would be cool to like fly over type shit, but to like be in like the midst of that shit, nah, gang. That shit kind of seem treacherous. Shit, it's enough of that shit as far as it's being like seeing nothing but fucking water. If you were to take like a cruise ship, shit. So motherfuckers who are trying to head that way, man, Godspeed for real, for real. Hey, y'all are different for real, for real. All right, next one. Hold on, are we right here?
Point
All
me.
right, okay, yeah, we going right down. All right. Be on the YouTube.
This guy is literally armed.
Security footage shows Tate walking inside carrying a gun under his right arm. He walks around the store before speaking with someone who is off camera.
I don't mean no harm. I'm just not from around here. Well, you got any member? I got a big.
But I'm not from around here is what I'm saying. I'm from Chicago, bro.
Escambia County officials say the clerk noticed Tate was armed before he entered the store and ran to the back room to arm himself with his personal weapon.
I see your
This guy is literally armed.
Hey, folks, traumatized shit. That's what the city do to people, bro. I mean, the fact that you gotta walk like you motherfucking in the Wild West, or you feel me, like, hey, shit, you know, hey, motherfuckers mind warped, bro. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, you don't have to be a animal to be domesticated, you know. So, it's fucked up. It's a fucked up way of viewing the world. It's a fucked up way of living, where like you can't even be a tourist. You got to motherfucking, you feel me, like have like your shit on you, like you like it's literally wartime. You feel me? Like you just, you know, it's a ceasefire moment type shit. That's crazy. But yeah, man, I pray that that brother attack his demons head on, man, and be better, man. That's crazy, man. Sad he has to be better, man. All right, next one.
Is not to catch you stealing.
So allegedly, the Walmart CEO, right, made a statement about a day ago saying that he's willing to shut down all Walmarts around the world if they keep losing money in theft. Apparently, they're losing too much money in theft. They lost about $3 billion this year in theft. Come here. Guess how much Walmart makes in profit every year? $152 billion in profit. And that's actually on the website. So clearly that's not going to happen. They're not closing anything. And the thing is, right, if you really are worried about theft so much, right, and you're willing to go to the lengths of creating devices that show exactly how things are being scanned at the self-checkout, why not just actually have real cashiers again, right? Or make Walmart 24 hours. Or add Apple Pay. You know, just do certain things that might prevent this. Because if not, people are just going to get smarter. And nothing's...
That's crazy. That pump fake was crazy. That pump fake was crazy. Like, motherfuckers not finna fuck up the church money over no 3 billion. If you profited 49 billion with a fucking B, like just $1 billion. I watched this video maybe a few years ago, and like this dude had like a Microsoft Word, and like he put all the zeros of $1 billion, and it took up the entire like Excel, like I guess like the max that you can do as far as pages on like a not a Excel but on like a Word document. And like he was like he just kept hitting backspace, and it was I don't even think he got through like two pages. Like he was just saying, okay, I'm gonna take off a million here, and I'm gonna take off 10 million off of, you know, here, say I'm gonna buy a $10 million watch. I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that. And it probably, if anything cleared one page. I'm talking about, he probably named like 100 things, and it probably got through one page. So let's say it was 20 is like your max pages, 20 to 25 on like the Microsoft Word. Like the fact that you still got another 24 to 19 pages of zeros is crazy. And like I'm telling you, he was naming like hundreds of things, and it was not even putting a dent in like that money. So this is year by year. So Walmart is one of the powerhouses of like the world, probably rank one as far as grocery stores go. So yeah, they're not shutting down. They're not shutting down. They got to charge that shit tied the game. Literally, you making more profit than shit, like the world's economy, well, the United States economy, because we're like trillions upon trillions in debt. So um companies making enough to kind of like put like a a dent in like the debt that this country is in, but you know they're not gonna report that. They're not gonna say that though. And like they're complaining about 3 billion. Hey, you're making stupid profits, so quit fucking whining again.
Part is not to catch you stealing.
All right, we back to Facebook. I'm probably gonna do Hey, I think this shit for like a movie, but let's just say this was real. Oh yeah, just like that first video. You're fucked. Like if that was a real scenario, you're fucked. You're fucked over because like why the fuck like yeah, but I think that was for like a movie or something. So probably gonna do this TikTok one, this Facebook one, and then we gonna call it a episode.
Today, the Gomez family officially welcomed friends to their new home in North Austin. Gabriel Gomez tells us it's his dream. This is what he wanted for his children.
This is pissing me off, and I really had to get my thoughts together to really express them better. This is literally a slap in the face because there are Americans in this country, born in this country, who are homeless or people who are struggling to pay rent, and we are just giving away homes. Giving away homes to people who just got here. You feel me? And then there are immigrants in this country committing crimes, terrorizing streets, New York, Colorado, Chicago, all over. And we're just rewarding this behavior. And then food stamps. Don't get me started. I keep getting denied. Food is expensive. I have kids, they eat. But I keep getting denied. But immigrants get money like it's nothing. Big bank on their food stamp cards. It's really stressing me out and it's really upsetting me because it's like we've been working here. We've been putting in work. We've been putting in stress to just be told no. And then immigrants come into this country, and please don't call me racist. I am not. I'm an equal opportunity person, but not when it comes at the expense of me and how I get to live. It's not right. It's not right at all. I'm sick of this shit.
I wholeheartedly hear everything that she's saying, but to kind of go back to that Walmart one, that's why I'm not fucking mad at a company that makes well over $1 billion losing any form of revenue, because $1 billion go a long way. But to go back to like that video, I feel like this country is very good at creating a common enemy, creating a common threat to whatever, whether you say democracy or whatever the case may be. We love creating our own heroes and we love creating our own villains. We love to have it to where, you know, during 9/11, it was anybody who was Arabic. During wartime, it was it was German. It was Asian people. During Vietnam, it was people from Asia. Again, we always love to have a common enemy when it's financially beneficial. That's the only logical explanation for all of this shit taking place. Like I get the whole fact of like we're working class citizens and this, that, and the third, but if you're able to finesse a motherfucker into a dream of having something that you know for a fact that it's a pipe dream. It's like telling like your kids, like, okay, if you get straight A's, I'm gonna take you out for ice cream. They're gonna work real hard to get those straight A's. And in your mind, you like, man, I know I don't make enough to, you feel me, reward your effort. You know, just even though you were born here, even though it's a birthright as a American citizen to, you feel me, get all of the resources that America has to offer if that's the true American dream. As long as I'm working for it. But all of these from welfare to this and that, there's so many avenues that you can fuck the system up. There's loopholes there so that people can always feel subservient. We as human beings, and this is one of my many mottos that I say repeatedly on this channel, we as human beings, we love to try to make God subservient. We want to play the role of God so bad. We have never been in the full totality presence of God. So people who think that they are God, people who feel like they're godly in a sense of you have hierarchy, everybody has a purpose. Nobody's purpose is greater than the other because we are all components of the same being, the same creator. So we are just components. Same thing with a lug nut on the car. The lug nut does not drive the car, but it's a part of the whole totality of the vehicle that makes it run smoothly, right? So in that aspect, in that perspective, and that dialect, um, all these components are just scattered. It's like it's not working towards nothing. Like it's a fallacy, the American dream. And you're having people come over here to, rather it be for a vote, rather it be for whatever the case may be. These people are here and we all have our own genetic makeup, our own characteristics, our own this and thirds. Yes, it's gonna be criminals. Yes, it's gonna be people who that we kind of just seen partly are just fled their native land because of the cartel or because they just wanted a better life. They wanted a new change of scenery. I feel like everybody, as far as humanity is involved, has that ability to uproot themselves if they want another look on life, another reason to explore their being and to network with other cultures. They have the whole right to do that as long as you're not being offensive or you have a, a hidden motive to destroy another culture or another country and stuff of that nature. But it's just I get it as far as the food stamps and this and third, but I feel like after this election, you're going to see another phase of thousands and millions of phases. This is just a component in this whole contraption of whatever the United States is, as far as this, the common theme here. You're going to see people probably who are of certain demographics that's part of the immigration wave. You're going to see that you can only work this job. You have to make this much to live here. It's going to get so bad for them that it's going to get worse for us. As far as it's like now, it's going to be us versus them for real, because now they have like they're going to dry up their resources to leave. They're going to dry up their resources to stay. So some going to have to give, and they already got that plan in place. They already know, okay, this is like it's like watching a movie. It's like because I'm a writer, and you know how like my spirit works. Sometimes like I can see where shit is going before it even happens. I'm not Nostradamus or this and a third, or or like no supreme being. Is this? I know the nature of humanity because I'm part of humanity, and being a part of this country, being a part of this whole totality of existence. I know that trait about humanity. We are clever, we are deceptive. So it's going to be something that comes right behind the election that is going to rock immigrants and different demographics who are, who rather it be got bought, literally bought, paid to come over here and terrorized or whatever the case may be, it's going to be a backdoor moment. Trust me, and it's going to fuck us all up. So definitely be prepared for like that. Definitely. So, and as far as the food stamp and stuff of that nature, it's just to sweeten the pot to make the bait and switch hit harder. That's all. So, as a American, as a tax-paying American, and this, that, and third, like, do I have the right to be mad? Of course. What is that gonna do? Nothing. Because at the end of the day, we all are here temporarily. We all have a entry and an exit from this life, and the best thing you can do when chaos and anarchy is knocking so loudly or just trying to get your attention to crash out, to just pick up the brick and just come across a motherfucker mustache, or to attack your fellow neighbor, or to do this, that, and third. You get into whatever spiritual um whatever spiritual realm that you feel like gives you the best experience, and you stay there. You stay there when the physical world is on fire, because it's going to be numerous times where the world is going to be on fire. It's down there, a never ending burning fire. So you have to just stand clear when certain shit take place, because it's a thin line from how humanity deceives right and radical. It's a very, 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 very thin line. People don't know what radical and right is no more. You have the right to be passionate, but that looks like you being radical. So again, be mindful, be kind, be respectful, know the totality before you total it out. I'm gonna say it again. Know the totality before you total it out. Moving on. Last video. We got to the last video, and motherfuckers wanna, man, hold on.
Do you guys realize that in just 3 months, we're going to be in 2025, which means that the pandemic was 5 years ago. And nothing has gone back to the way that it was. I've been seeing so much on this app about simulations and about how the reason why people feel so off, it feels like we're not really here and that we're living inside some kind of simulation. Nobody has felt the same since COVID. Nobody that I've seen on TikTok, with the exception of a few people who are like thriving. I don't know, they're like the lead characters in this game that we're in, and for whatever reason they're the chosen ones. My days all feel like they bleed into the next day, and nothing seems real. I live in New England, and I am in a parking lot kind of near where my grocery store is. Every single day that I drive through this town, I pass this Burger King. This Burger King has been open for probably the past maybe 15 years, and there's nobody ever here. I don't know if you can see. There's not one car in the parking lot except mine. Not one car in the parking lot except mine. I saw another girl here on TikTok that was saying, how come we never see our neighbors bring in groceries? And it got me thinking, it's like, you know what? I've lived in my neighborhood for 12 years, and I've never seen my neighbors bring in groceries. And when I bring in groceries, I look around. I have all my bags in my hand, and I look around to see if anyone sees me. Like, does anyone see that I'm bringing in groceries? Nobody ever fucking sees me bringing my groceries. If you work from home, what happened to your building? Because the company that I work for, they still own a building. There's nobody working in the building. Everyone is at home. If your office has an empty building, like, what are they doing with all the buildings, all the empty buildings? Nothing feels real. And it hasn't felt real since March of 20. When the pandemic and COVID ended, and I use that term loosely because people still have COVID cases, did the government just expect that people were just going to go, oh, okay, I'm just going to go back to my life? I'm not sad. I'm not angry. I'm not anything. I am literally not anything. I don't feel anything. Except I don't feel like there's a purpose for any of this. And if there is a purpose, I have no idea what it is. If you know, can you tell me?
Sure, I would tell you, and I literally just said that. Um, we're trying to make God subservient. That's the purpose. Um, we're in we're hell bent. We're hell bent by any means necessary. We're going to see this thing through. And when I say we, I mean humanity. Like I'm not subscribing to making God subservient because that would never happen. But that's the purpose. Like to bleed the mind, to bleed the heart, to bleed the being completely, utterly dry of this is of its essence, to get them off of their route, to make their purpose painful, to make their purpose non-practical, non punctual, to just like erode each other. And there's no real goal, because one thing that I feel like does not make sense is hierarchy. How can you be in charge or be rank one of anything when things change forever? Things will forever change. Nothing stays the same forever. It's certain things that, like, the sun is not the same as it once was a billion years ago. The earth is not the same as it was a billion years ago. The the things that naturally exist, I feel like we should pay more attention to things that naturally exist. That don't is it's not trying to, like, a tree don't try to be a tree. A tree is naturally a tree. Like, I feel like we should practice naturally existing, doing what our 10 fingers and our 10 toes were designed to do. And that's to work, and that's to thrive, and that's to build the creator's, world. And, the simulation part, if you really think about it, your life is somewhat of a simulation. Like, no matter if you're spiritual, non-denominational, if you're atheist, whatever the case you believe in, the fact of the matter is, I can stop sharing my screen now. Hold on. Yeah, because we done with that. The fact of the matter is, like, your life is a simulation, though, because if you think about it, you're the only one that will ever exist. So what you're feeling, what you're hearing, what you're currently experiencing is only going to be simulated within you. That's it. You're the only person that's ever going to experience the memory the way you experienced it. So, in a sense, yes, life is a simulation. It's kind of what you envision it. Like, I had watched a video about how much of, like, your vision you actually use. And it kind of not necessarily shocked me, but I was kind of like real indifferent on this topic. You only see a very limited part of everything. Like, our retinas, our eyes, like, kind of play guessing games with us. Is you can have a perfect vision. You can never, you can be like Toby Maguire and Spider-Man, where, like, you have glasses one day and then the next day, you don't need them, but you still as blind as, most, most blind people type shit. Cause, like, your perception kind of pieces together what you perceive the world as, from lighting to just things going past you and this and that third. And I found that very intriguing, but it makes sense if you really think about it. But yeah, man, I mean, um I just feel like, yeah, of course shit is not gonna be the same when like you experience something like COVID, and people and society has played on people's has played on and preyed on people's destruction. You know, losing family members, losing jobs, losing this and third, and like people we saw how they dropped the prices of everything and gave us the PPP loan and this and third and woo woo woo. And now on the back end, we get our, back end wop wop wop. Do you feel me? Pause. Like so it's just like, we don't look at it like that where what is really free? You know, what's really free when you really sit and think about like what like if I give you $100, I want my $100 back, but I want you to realize that hey, borrowing from me it comes with a price. So not only do I want my $100 back, I want $50 of interest on that $100 that I gave you because I want you to be able to go out and in the midst of whatever it is that you have to go through, you have to make it happen for yourself. And also, I'm gonna tax whatever you can muscle up and give time to. I'm gonna tax that as well. So that's why I say that it's not about being angry. It's not about being sad. It's not about, like feeling at a disadvantage because again, we're only here for a limited time only. We like the McRib. We only here for a limited time only. We not gonna be here 1,000 years from now. Nobody's gonna live to see their 1,000,000th birthday. Nobody. We're gonna be a tiny grain of sand at that time. We're gonna just be part of this ecosystem in a different light, in a different aspect. So you have to live life to the fullest as best as you possibly can. Smile, be kind, be purposeful in your purpose. Be able to go out and have fun despite of if you're in debt, and I'm speaking to myself again, learn how to be blessed. Learn how to comprehend that, you kind of got thrown at a fire and you don't have to burn within the fire, but you can phoenix within that fire. You can transfer those wounds into um wisdom and stuff of that nature. So you don't have to be subservient to anything outside of God. So that's my reaction for the day. Probably was very philosophical and probably less colorful and funny and this and that third, but hey, that's just what the day holds and what my being was feeling today. But I hope something was said on today's episode to bring you joy, to bring you happiness, to bring you wisdom, bring you something that was lacking prior to watching this video, man. So as always, man, like, share, and subscribe. Keep running back to the channel, man. Seeing different updates, and this is only gonna get bigger pause as far as this, exposure and this and third. I'm gonna continue to think of different ideas to interact with the people, but until we get to a certain point, we're gonna continue to get to a certain point. So until next time, man, love y'all. This is DJ Scotty Two Dotties signing off. Lastly, catch me at Brothers Bar and Grill in South Bend every other Thursday. I will be DJing October 10th from 10 to 2 at night. Catch your boy at Brothers Bar and Grill in South Bend, man. But yeah, until next time, it's DJ Sky 2 Dotty signing off. Peace.